And watch how real the statement, the 5 people you spend the most time with, are who you are. What's up, everyone? It's Adam Vibe Gunton with Recovered on Purpose, and today I want to talk to you about friendventory. And now, one of my favorite and most influential speakers that I've ever listened to is a guy by the name of Jim Rohn. I'm sure some of you have heard of him. And he actually, in one of his speeches, he said something to me that just really planted. And he said, you are the sum average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And after I heard that, I kind of get all in my head about if that's real or if it's just a saying or whatever. So I actually sat down and I wrote down the names of the 5 people that I spent the most time with. And what I found in that just blew my mind, and it's something that I've actually practiced throughout my recovery now. And it's something that I want you to go ahead and check out for yourself. And you can do this on a piece of paper, you can do it in your head and kind of recognize it for yourself, or however you want to do this. But basically, you take the 5 people that you've spent the most time with over the last month or 3 months, and you write down their names. Let's just say there's Joe, Bill, Peter, Steph, and Karen. And out of those 5 people, you're going to focus on one person first. And you're going to write down or think about the 3 thoughts that you associate with them the most. What they're bringing into conversations with you, what they're talking about, and what you think they're thinking about most often. So Joe would be helping people in recovery, how God is working in their life, and his new job. And after you write down the 3 thoughts that you associate with each of them, you're going to go into the 3 feelings that you associate with each of them. Now, these feelings there's a whole array of feelings, but you want to think about the ones that you think that they're feeling the most and that they're bringing into your space the most. So, and often these thoughts and these feelings, you'll notice that they are one and the same. They kind of create each other. So for Joe, a lot of times he's excited because he's talking about his new job. He's excited because he's talking about the things he's doing for people in recovery, and he's happy and pumped about the way that God is working in his life. And now we've got Bill, and he talks a lot. Like when he's in this circle, he talks a lot about what he used to use. He talks a lot about how it used to be, how he used to be on the streets using heroin or whatever, and it's almost like he misses it. And he's living in this sober house, and he's talking constantly about how this sober house sucks, or his job is hard, and he's just constantly talking about these things. And then his feelings that you associate with him are depressed, anxious, and sometimes he gets really pumped. And those are the 3 that you associate with him. And Peter, helping people in recovery, how God is working in his life, his job is hard. He's anxious, happy, excited. Steph, helping people in recovery, ideas about a new job, God in her life, and she's excited, anxious, and happy. And then there's Karen. We all know Karen, what she used to use. People are just plain annoying, and everyone she lives with just sucks. Okay? And then her feelings are anxious, sad, and goofy. And then there is another part of this, if you just want to find that this is like really, really real, is think about what you believe or know this person is making for income. So, and you have to have it be the same for each person. So if you're going to go by monthly or weekly or annually, you have to keep it the same for each of them. So let's say Joe makes 44 grand a year, Bill makes 30 grand a year, Peter makes 52 grand a year, Steph makes 60 grand a year, Karen makes 24 grand a year. Okay? And remember, Jim Rohn said you are the sum average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So let's do this math. 44 plus 30 is 74, plus 52 is 126, plus 24 is 150, plus 60 is 210. Okay? And then you're going to divide that by 5. And I can almost guarantee you that your income is 10 to 15% above or below the average of those 5. And then check this out. The thoughts, helping people in recovery, shows up once, twice, 3 times. So we're going to circle that one. Helping people in recovery. And then how God is working in their life. Boom, 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 boom. How God is working in their life. God in her life, kind of same. Okay. Oh, there's another one for God working in their life. You're going to circle that one. All right, and then this one shows up. What he used to use. What she used to use. Now here's the thing. With these thoughts and with what they're bringing into the conversation, it automatically makes you start thinking about these things. You will, if someone is constantly, if one of the people in your inner circle of 5 is talking constantly about the way that God is working in their life, how they want to help people in recovery, they're getting excited and they're getting pumped about doing these things, you're going to notice that yourself, it's contagious. Every thought and every feeling within your inner circle of 5 people is contagious. Okay, so if 3 people are constantly talking about helping people in recovery, how God works in their life, you're going to be talking and feeling like that often. But then when you have people in the circle that are talking constantly, when you have a Karen, when she's talking constantly about people are annoying, and then Bill talking over here about everybody in his sober house sucks, and there's 2 people in this inner circle that are just constantly talking about this, it's really hard not to be thinking about people sucking or just people that you don't want to be around. And what I'm not telling you, and this is where this kind of friendventory gets difficult. Because what I'm not telling you is that you have to go out and just cut everybody out of your circle. That's not the point of this. However, being intentional with your relationships is vital to recovery. If you are letting somebody constantly get into your head, telling you how much sobriety and their sober house sucks, how much they basically miss what they used to use, those thoughts are getting into your head. If they're constantly talking about being depressed, they're constantly talking about being anxious and just these bad feelings, that's contagious. And that's scientifically proven. So you want to be intentional with finding people that are talking about God, about dreams, about goals, about passions, about rock climbing, about hiking, about running, about working out, and all these different things that are so positive and so uplifting in life. Because with those type of people in your circle, you're going to level up. And guess what? If you just start hanging out, and I'm just going to make an example with Karen, but let's just say we cut Karen out, okay? And here's another thing about friends and the people that you keep yourself with, is you only have a certain amount of space. You can only focus on and cultivate a certain number of relationships. So if you have 5 people, and one of them you just kind of stop maybe calling, maybe just to start, you just stop calling, stop texting, you still answer, but you just stop answering, or you stop calling. That literally will open up a space in your life to be attracted to and get somebody else in that, boom, let's say they make $60K like Steph. Let's say they're always happy and they're excited and they're pumped. Pumped was another one. And they're talking about dreams, goals, and God. All of a sudden, you now have cut out the feelings of anxious, sad, and goofy, apparently, from your life. And then check this out. If 36, 46, so 36 grand got added to the 5, and then divide that by 5. You just increased on average about 6 grand. And this, it seems crazy, but do this. Do this for yourself, just with the people you're hanging out with now. Do the average of just the income, the feelings, and the thoughts, and watch how real the statement, the 5 people you spend the most time with are who you are, is. Love you guys so much. Talk to you soon.